A man accused of using a makeshift flamethrower and throwing Molotov cocktails at a pro-Israel group in Colorado has been charged with committing a U.S. hate crime and faces a maximum of more than 600 years in prison over the alleged terror attack. Mohammed Sabri Solomon, 45, targeted what he described as a Zionist group gathering in a popular pedestrian mall in the city of Boulder on Sunday, local time, the court papers say. Witnesses and the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, first said Mr. Solomon yelled "Free Palestine" and used a makeshift flamethrower and incendiary devices during the attack, injuring at least 8 people. The district attorney for Boulder County, Michael Dougherty, told reporters on Monday that 4 more victims had been identified since the alleged attack, bringing the total to 12. Mr. Dougherty also said Mr. Solomon faced a total of 34 charges, including attempted murder and the use of an incendiary device. If convicted concurrently of all charges, Mr. Solomon would be jailed in a Colorado prison for 624 years. A judge in Boulder on Monday set Mr. Solomon's cash-only bail at $10 million $15. $3 million, Mr. Dougherty said. An FBI affidavit revealed earlier that police found at least 14 more unlit Molotov cocktails and a weed sprayer filled with gasoline at the scene, as well as another gasoline canister in his car parked nearby. The acting U.S. Attorney for Colorado, J. Bishop Grewal, told reporters that authorities believed Mr. Solomon had previously tried to buy a firearm to use in the alleged terror attack but was unable to because of his visa status in the country. Court documents also revealed that Mr. Solomon had learned to shoot a gun in a class he took for the purpose of obtaining a concealed carry permit, and delayed committing the alleged terror attack until after his daughter had graduated from high school. The alleged terror attack has since drawn the condemnation of U.S. President Donald Trump, who described the incident as horrific. Yesterday's horrific attack in Boulder, Colorado, will not be tolerated in the United States of America, the president said in a post on his Truth Social platform. He came in through Biden's ridiculous open border policy, which has hurt our country so badly. He must go out under Trump policy. Acts of terrorism will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. The FBI affidavit says Mr. Solomon confessed to the attack after being taken into custody, said that he wanted to kill all Zionist people and wished they were all dead, and told the police he would do it again. The Molotov cocktails were made up of glass wine carafe bottles or jars with clear liquid and red rags hanging out of them, the FBI said. Inside Mr. Solomon's car, law enforcement found papers with the words Israel, Palestine and USAID, according to the FBI affidavit. Mr. Solomon told investigators he constructed homemade Molotov cocktails after doing research on YouTube and buying ingredients. This act of terror is being investigated as an act of ideologically motivated violence based on the early information, the evidence, and witness accounts, FBI Deputy Director Dan Bongino said in a post on X. The FBI said it believed Mr. Solomon acted alone, and was also injured in the attack before he was taken to hospital. FBI Denver Special Agent Mark Michalik told reporters on Monday that his team was continuing to work to determine if Mr. Solomon committed the attack with the help of anyone else. If we uncover evidence that others knew of this attack or supported the subject in this attack, rest assured that we will aggressively move to hold them accountable to the full extent of the law, Mr. Michalik said. Authorities did not elaborate on the nature of Mr. Solomon's injuries, but an image taken of him while in custody showed him with a large bandage over one ear. Mr. Michalik said the FBI has interviewed at least 44 witnesses and undertaken search warrants of vehicles, a home related to Mr. Solomon in Colorado Springs and digital devices. The burst of violence at the popular Pearl Street Mall unfolded against the backdrop of a war between Israel and Hamas that continues to inflame global tensions and has contributed to a spike in anti-Semitic violence in the United States. The attack happened at the beginning of the Jewish holiday of Shavuot, which is marked with the reading of the Torah, and barely a week after a man who also yelled "Free Palestine" was charged with fatally shooting 2 Israeli embassy staffers outside a Jewish museum in Washington. U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi said in a statement that Mr. Solomon will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. "We will never tolerate this kind of hatred," she said. What is known about the alleged Colorado attacker? Mr. Solomon was living in the U.S. illegally after entering the country in August 2022 on a B-2 visa that expired in February 2023, Department of Homeland Security Assistant Secretary Tricia McLaughlin said in a post on X. Ms. McLaughlin said Mr. Solomon filed for asylum in September 2022 and was granted a work authorization in March 2023 that had expired. Todd Lyons, the acting director of the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, said Mr. Solomon had overstayed a tourist visa and had an expired work permit. Federal documents make no reference to his nationality, but the New York Times said he was Egyptian, citing the Department of Homeland Security. Public records listed Mr. Solomon as living in a rented townhouse in Colorado Springs, about 61 kilometers south of Boulder, where local media outlets reported federal law enforcement agents were on the scene on Sunday. A police affidavit filed in support of Mr. Solomon's arrest warrant said he was born in Egypt, lived in Kuwait for 17 years and moved 3 years ago to Colorado Springs, where he lived with his wife and 5 children. Shamika Pruitt knew Mr. Solomon and his family as kind neighbors who would play with her children in front of their building, share food and offer hellos. Ms. Pruitt said when she saw Mr. Solomon on video in Boulder, shirtless and holding bottles with flames licking up the grass in front of him, it was hard to recognize him. There had to be something deeply disturbing him, cause that is not the guy we see in the neighborhood, she said. Another neighbor, Kiera Johnson, who lives in the apartment next to Mr. Solomon's, said she could often hear shouting at night from his apartment and once called police because of the screaming and yelling. On Sunday, Ms. Pruitt saw law enforcement vehicles waiting on the street throughout the day until the evening, when they spoke through a megaphone telling anyone in Mr. Solomon's home to come out. Nobody came out and it did not appear anyone was inside during the hours-long raid, Ms. Pruitt said. An online resume under Mr. Solomon's name said he was employed by a Denver area healthcare company working in accounting and inventory control, with prior employers listed as companies in Egypt. Under education, the resume listed Al-Azhar University, a historic center for Islamic and Arabic learning located in Cairo. Mr. Solomon also worked as an Uber driver and had passed the company's eligibility requirements, which include a criminal background check, according to a spokesperson for Uber. The company has since banned Mr. Solomon's account and has been in touch with law enforcement. What is known about the victims of the Colorado attack? The 8 victims who were injured in the attack range in age from 52 to 88 and their injuries spanned from serious to minor, according to officials. 6 of the injured were taken to hospitals, and 4 have since been released, said Mary Kornfeld, a Denver-based organizer connected to the group. Ms. Kornfeld said the clothing of one of those who remains hospitalized caught on fire during the incident. The status of the victim is improving, but still not out of the woods, she said. The attack occurred as people with a volunteer group called Run for Their Lives were concluding their weekly demonstration to raise visibility for the hostages who remain in Gaza. A video from the scene shows a witness shouting, "He's right there. He's throwing Molotov cocktails," as a police officer with his gun drawn advanced on a bare-chested suspect who is holding containers in each hand. Alex Osanti from San Diego, California said he was having lunch on a restaurant patio across the pedestrian mall when he heard the crash of a bottle breaking on the ground and a boom followed by people yelling and screaming. In a video of the scene captured by Mr. Osanti, people could be seen pouring water on a woman lying on the ground who Mr. Osanti said had caught on fire during the attack. After the initial attack, Mr. Osanti said the suspect went behind some bushes and then re-emerged and threw a Molotov cocktail but apparently accidentally caught himself on fire as he threw it. Mr. Solomon then took off his shirt and what appeared to be a bulletproof vest before the police arrived. He dropped to the ground and was arrested without any apparent resistance in a video filmed by Mr. Osanti. Photos from the scene also showed a burning woman lying on the ground in a fetal position and a man helping to put out the flames using a jug of water.